Good evening and welcome down to WDiMT in Muletown. As always, this is your captain speaking. Live from Sunnyside, it is currently 55 degrees, so rather a heat wave here recently to what we've been expecting, though still a little bit windy, about 4 miles an hour out of the southwest, peaking around at 10 miles an hour today, so a little windy still, but overall not too bad. Wind chill at the moment, it's dropping in just a little bit, but again, not as bad as it's been, and for sure not as bad as it's gonna, so... Other than that, no measurable precip today, and otherwise a pretty nice looking day. Let's see. There are the particulars there live from Sunnyside for my visual folks. And then again, tonight looking about a low of about 44 degrees. Gonna start seeing some rain move into the area later on, and we'll get to that. We got that 48-hour HRRR short range high resolution model on deck for you there. We'll talk about it because it is showing a little bit different of a conclusion that we had previously talked about, so that is some news there. I know for the snow folks, maybe just a little hope for something to see seasoning on the ground a little bit here and there, but again, that's probably gonna be about it, but there's hope there. So tomorrow 53 degrees, and again gonna see the precip moving out there from west to east as it goes across the state on into East Tennessee, but around the area pretty similar on the temps there, and then overall probably about that 40% ish there, maybe higher 60 of seeing that rain, and then again we got that here for you. Right, HRRR model here, 48-hour loop. See, it's starting there this afternoon and then rolling on through, starting to see some of that precip roll into the area as we speak from the southwest, so that's coming on in. Oh, that's going to be liquid, though. You see some of the elevations in West or East Tennessee starting to get some of that over that direction. But the big difference is going to be here on the backside of things. It picked up a little bit more on the snow. You see that kind of band trying to form there a little bit. And then on the backside of this, after the frontal passage, is where that looks like that wants to pick up a little bit early Sunday morning, midnight to 3 a.m. area. And then maybe some spotty stuff here and there through kind of the rest of the day. But that's where our model ends, unfortunately. So we're right there at the tail end of that model guidance. So we'll be watching that one. And this is basically one of the snowfall readings we look at. This isn't the main one I look at. This is kind of usually the top end high average of what I try to say, you know, hey, it might be possible. And it's going with about maybe a half inch, but I think that's going to be way, way off. So that's going to imply, again, the 10-to-1 ratio there that it's using implies that everything that's fallen comes down as snow, and don't think that's going to happen. So ignore that little hot spot there. I think that's just picking up on some higher levels of rain. Same here, 10-to-1 ratio, Kuchera ratio, similar there, and I think that's going to be way more snow we can hope to see off of this. So the snow depth reading is usually the kind of the more reasonable thing that I try to shoot for there, and it's showing 0.2, and I still think, you know, that's going to be pretty optimistic. But I think if we get a 1/4 inch of snow, it will be a pretty good day off of that overall. So other than that, the big question obviously is going to be the what's coming, and that is definitely the thing with the models that we've been dealing with. Everything just wildly varying back and forth. One run will literally be running from right in the middle of our area, and then the next run will just vastly swing like to the south, followed by like a vast swing to the north, followed by what's snow at all. And that's been the difficult thing with it. Let's see. Oh, great. Facebook blocked me again because of the national anthem. That's great. I love it. Even though I've disputed that copyright, I won it like 50-11 times, they still get me with their $1 billion algorithm. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. But I have figured out they only do it at the beginnings of the video, so if you play enough intro, or if I do it at the end, they don't ever catch it. So I guess it only listens for so long, and they get tired of listening. So, note to self. Let's see. Yeah, let's hop into the models. That's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about. Again, I know we talked a lot about it in the comment section earlier about like the concerns, hopes, aspirations, dreams, and some of the things that we're planning on doing with some of the fundraising efforts we're trying to do, you know, whether it be the advertising or some of the stuff that's been, you know, kickstarted off by you all, or GoFunded me, or just all the love and encouragement in the comments that you all guys always give us for this hobby of ours that's just grown beyond wildest dreams. So we are planning on branching out and doing some more things. We're always going to keep our coverage on weather down in Muletown just exactly like it is. You'll never have to worry about that changing. Just going to do some things, maybe if you've seen it scroll by here recently, some things like that. Minimally invasive, just to help fund some things. That I find is my biggest kind of drawback with this, that and the creative talent, because I'm not great at graphics and the design part. I know how to techie and do that part of it, but I'm not creative enough to do the graphics design, folks, and you folks that are, hats off to you, I can't do it. So I don't have a creative bone in my body. The stuff you see is about as good as I can get by myself, so just things like that. Branching out and probably launching a website very soon. Possibly creating an alternate set of channels to do some more things like news, local stuff, national stuff, things like that. Maybe more freedom to do like some interviews with local people. I'm not going to talk show y'all to death, nothing like that, but just a similar style of your usual coverage that you're used to, and then just more things to talk about, basically. Like I said, local news, international news. Politics is such an ugly thing these days, and I dare say that's a whole ball of wax. We'll cross that bridge once we get there, but it's something that I do in my private life and things of that such. So that's the only reason why I even consider the possibility. But yeah, it's just such an ugly business these days, and I don't even know if I want to deal with that and try to moderate that and stand in the middle. So other than that, like I said, though, nothing here is going to change. This has been what it's become because of you all. And again, we ride that wind beneath the wings there that you all are, and you all are the reason we did it in the first place and continue to do it. And we try to do as many things as we can to cater that around you all, and always solicit as much feedback as we can, and do things like the little poll earlier, and just always keep the finger on the pulse, because again, this is a community page, because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, and the more people we can reach, as someone eloquently pointed out, I used to say that all the time, and then I felt like a broken record and I quit saying it for a long time. But that's something that's true. That's how the algorithm works. Can't talk today. Algorithm. That's how it works. Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the beast. But again, it is true. The more people that we can reach, the more lives we could potentially save, more people we can keep informed, and that's what it's all about. So, end of rant. But yeah, definitely appreciate all the support, all the kind words, all the everything, goodies, coffee. I mean, I've just got so many people over the years that I feel like I could sit here and shout out. We could talk for an hour about that, of folks that have just been so incredibly nice to us, or offered us like, hey, you know, we're a local business like Muletown Coffee, great coffee, go buy their coffee, cookies, barbecue. I couldn't even tell you stuff, and it's not even necessary. Like, just it, totally not necessary. Like I said, y'all got a guy right in the fields with all that stuff. But it is definitely all very appreciated and all very noticed for sure. So we're also in the process of likely trying to take this hobby and form it into a actual nonprofit organization to get some of those tax benefits and stuff like that. And like I said, I'm not an accountant and stuff like that, but I think that would help y'all too real downhill if you do give us, hey, $5-10, write that stuff off on your taxes. I mean, do it. Uncle Sam will get you for whatever he can, so you might as well try to offset as much as you can or whatever. But I'm definitely not a lawyer, like I said, or a tax planner, so make sure you check that out with somebody else. Don't ask me. So, but that enables us to way better help out folks here in the community and things like that with some of the outreach things we do. We love going and talking to school, handing out the weather coloring books that Boppy puts together and all that fun stuff, and talking to the cheerins about weather safety, all that fun stuff. We're going to start to try to religiously start making like all of the Christmas parade, Meal Day parade, and all of the fun stuff like that. I don't know if they let you throw candy or not anymore, but if they do, we'll definitely throw like candy at y'all and stuff, and shower you in goodies for all of the love you all have shown us over the years. So definitely really appreciate it. And again, that's what all of this is about, is just pouring whatever the love, support, and financial assistance we get from you all, be it from the advertising, the fundraising, the whatever, back into what we're doing here, and invest in, you know, things to have better software or the newest, latest, the greatest. There's a lot of subscriptions and data sources and things associated with this, like the lightning stuff and some of the model things that we show you, and it just helps us cover the overhead. Again, it's a hobby. It's always what it's been for us until we realized how much it meant to you all and what a valuable resource it could be to the community when the weather is fine, and especially when it is not so. So again, just blown away by this still every day. So the secret squirrel stuff. So with having like an official media presence, just not only social media, because that doesn't get you much credibility these days, as it shouldn't. You should have to definitely prove those things and earn your trust and your keep. But with actually going through and getting a web presence and some other things that we're planning on doing as far as like media wise, we may be able to apply for some credentialing and things with the good old US government and get in the know on certain things as far as the weather goes, as it pertains to stuff like that. And that definitely helps us out. Like I said, as far as a little secret squirrel project goes, we'll keep you updated on that as we go throughout the process. And once we get that website up and running, just plan on doing a lot of things there. Maybe throwing some of the videos that we do up on there so you can catch those there, and maybe keeping a live radar feed or something like this up all the time so you can check that out and see what's going on in good old Muletown, USA at any time, or the wider Middle Tennessee area there, and a bunch of other fun things. I've got ideas and kind of rough designs in my noggin for an app one day, but I don't even have a clue as to how to go about that. I never learned that side of iOS, and I know nothing about Android, so that is definitely something we can look into, if for nothing else than the good old push notification ability to make sure that you all have got another good old redundant source to get those watches, warnings, and advisories whenever you might need to know them. So again, all just ideas there that we sometimes only find ourselves limited by the financial side. So again, I mean, I guess that's kind of a form of creativity, I guess, just thinking things up, but that's about all that I've got. So as far as graphics and design and the IT side of things, obviously we're going to need a lot of help there. I can pull off the bare basics, but I don't feel like the bare basics are going to be good enough at this point. And I want to make sure it's as top-notch quality as we can get everything, as far as all of that goes, and everything that we put out to you all, like we always have. That's always been one of our top mostest concerns, pretty much only second to the safety of my crew. If we do end up getting this and the revenue and the everything to a point to where we can make it so like this and pretty much support the fam, I have talked with the Mrs. Captain, and I will probably again, we mainly need to grow our audience on YouTube, and this is the main reason I say that. But just depending on what I do with that next vehicle I was thinking about buying, I may invest in another decent 4-wheel drive type thing and get back into chasing whenever I can, as I'm again not pulling a Reed Timmer on y'all. Always stayed within our little area of counties touching Murray County, but like when we have snow events, I don't have a problem with throwing it in 4-wheel drive and wrapping some chains or whatever else and going and checking out things as we go, and investing in the necessary infrastructure, which it's not cheap. Ugh. To do like a mobile streaming setup of all of this same quality stuff from the go. I have no problem with that, and throwing a nice 4K camera, or maybe even a 360 camera up on a little mast and a weather station, so we can ride around and tell you exactly what the temp and the conditions are. If you give us a shout out, we may even ride by your neighborhood or put you on the list while we're just out exploring the snowy city, or out chasing a line of cells coming into Murray County from the west or something. So used to do that in my good old glory days back before I had neuropathy and all of those unfun things. So haven't forgotten how to do it. It's just a lot of times around here it's spur of the moment, almost, or gotta make the plans to be off of work in the middle of the day, and usually a tornado watch is not a great excuse unless you work for some sort of government agency that does such things. So that will definitely be another interesting thing, but again, all just things that we're thinking about, have on the noggin as far as possibilities, ideas, concepts, otherwise, so on and so forth. So again, just all things that we're trying to bring to you and make your experience more richer, more etc., etc., etc. So, other than that, hope you all are doing great. Enjoy each and every one of you all joining us for the broadcast. Again, you all help us out with a little each and every comment, like, share, interaction, watch, second. It all helps out. It all adds up for sure. We appreciate you all just as much as you seem to appreciate us. And again, we love doing it, or else we wouldn't be here. Sean, buddy, what's up? On YouTube. And again, you all make sure you check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@WDiMT. Or you can just go on there and search us. We're on there. We've got a good bit of followers on there. I think we're over 1,200 now. But definitely I need to get my watch hours up on there for sure. And that will help us out too. So make sure you follow us on there. The video quality is way better. So when we take it down to the street view for my folks watching on YouTube right now, this is way more clearer on YouTube. And when we take it down to that street view and we talk about your neighborhood, you can see way better what I'm talking about here than you can on the Facebook video quality. Sorry, Zuck. It's just how it is, bro. But other than that, again, appreciate you all so much. Can't tell you how much. Like I said, y'all really know how to get a guy right in the fields. But we've got some great things coming, big things in store, secret squirrel stuff, nerdy stuff, broadcasty stuff. I got to figure out a way to pack like twice as much stuff in here and do some crazy things. So we're going to do it, though. We're going to figure it out. We want you all to come along with us. It's going to be a fun ride. So, again, appreciate you all, each and every one of you, sticking with us here for the latest on Weather Down in Muletown.